Hello and welcome. I'm Carl the Landscape Guy, and today I will show you in detail how I transform my overgrown property step by step into a small low maintenance park. There's a lot of manual labor involved, but there's also some machinery being used this time. Here above you can see the mud pond I built myself. There's a detailed construction video on my channel. Here on the right in this picture, I have already created the lawn last year with manual labor. I'll also link that video for you. Today is about the area here in the middle, which is about 2,500 square meters. I want to lay out the area in such way that you can later look into the park via this visual axis, almost like an elongated clearing. The trees on my property have self-seeded because the land has been unused for years. That was a while ago, so these willow and birch trees are standing here in front a little inconveniently, so I've decided to cut them down. It'll also make room for new tree species, but we'll go over that later. Trees, and even better, large trees, are very important to the park character. The logical alternative for an unforested property would be to plant trees and shrubs. The advantage is you can choose to plant trees right at the desired location. However, depending on the size of the trees, this can be expensive and time-consuming because it takes quite a while until the planted trees have reached an appropriate size. The approach for my park, on the other hand, has to be based on existing environment. I can't say that I want a group of trees in the middle of the property, for example, when all the existing trees are located in the perimeter. Since these trees have only grown towards one side and are unstable, it's logical to cut them down. "100% of the trees that are cut down will be used. The trunk wood is cut into firewood and kindling is cut from the branches with the help of loppers. If you want to sow a lawn in the area of the felled trees, it makes sense to remove the tree roots. To remove the roots, it's important to leave the trunk a little longer to allow leverage. Another option is to cut off the tree trunk as low as possible and let the roots sit in the ground where they will rot over time. You can find a detailed construction video on my channel about how I built this firewood shed. Next, I want to remove the shrubs and bushes. For this, I'm using a mulching blade with my brush cutter. The downward extension should make shredding easier, especially with the blackberry vines. And I have to say that that blade does what it should. It's much faster than using the standard thicket knife because the vines can't slip off as easily. I'll link the mulching blade used here in the video description. So I've mowed down this area here, and it's about 10 meters long and 3 meters wide. I've mowed down this area in about 5 minutes. You saw how I started by cutting the long shoots partially from above and also from side to side. I did this because the blade has a larger diameter than the standard thicket knife from steel. And also, with the downward bent edges of the blade, you can get the job done nicely and pretty fast. And you can see that it's mostly shredded, nice and small. There are still some long pieces here and there, but that doesn't bother me. I'll just rake that away later. But you can see I still have a lot to do, so let's go. I also removed the blackberries in between the smaller trees so they can continue to grow properly. On some trees, I remove some of the bottom branches, either to balance the tree out or to allow room for an undergrowth here later. Also, trees from the back area will be more visible. For example, nice thick birch trunks or evergreen firs and spruces. I discovered some storm damage on this oak tree. I removed the broken branch with this telescopic pruning saw. And this is what it looks like now. I have raked and removed all the cut underbrush. But the terrain is too uneven to sow grass here right now. Last time I used a tiller. Since the area is even larger this time, I'm using a tractor with a tiller attachment. With that, I now till the area that will later become lawn. The soil is not only loosened but also mixed well. It also chops out blackberry roots. This doesn't prevent them from growing back, but it makes it easier to get them under control. The tilling works very well with this tractor and also faster compared to the other tiller. Because the soil is now nice and loose, raking it smooth with the wooden rake is much easier. After that, the grass seed can be spread. I have only used a total of about 5 kilos. Thus the seeds is not too dense on the ground, but over time the lawn will establish itself. For those who want to have a quick, dense lawn can of course apply the normal 25 grams per square meter. Feel free to check out my video on how to lay the sod. I would like to keep this young pine, however it has been pulled down by the strong blackberry overgrowth. I'm driving in a stake to raise the pine up and hold it in place. I would like to plant other trees and bushes and have decided on walnut trees. Again, I use stakes to secure the young tree. I also have a detailed video about tree planting on my channel. And after a few weeks, the tilled area is now green. As you can clearly see, there are many herbs and blackberries. Here it is now important to mow the area regularly. The vast majority of plants are not tolerant to regular cutting, and they will gradually disappear from the lawn. This also eliminates the use of expensive and possibly environmentally harmful chemical products. To care for the edge areas of the lawn and between trees, the company MWS has provided me with this mulch mower, Mulchmaster PM53A. I'd like to thank them for their expert and friendly advice and the trouble-free delivery. I'm already curious to find out how the Mulchmaster will cope with the wild blackberries. This professional device, made in Germany, appears strong and sturdy and is ready for use in just a few steps. In this area we will first see how it copes with stinging nettles and the stalks from last year. The highest mowing level works best for this. And you notice right away that the Mulchmaster not only looks good but also gets the job done. With the very long stalks you have to go over them twice, but the plants are nicely shredded and evenly distributed. A conventional mower would be completely overwhelmed and you would have to constantly empty the basket. Further back on the property, I'm going to mow down these wild blackberries. There are also a lot of leaves and twigs in between. This is also not a problem for the Mulchmaster. It doesn't get a grip on some of the lying vines right away, so you have to lower the mowing deck. All in all, the Mulchmaster with its powerful Yamaha engine simplifies my maintenance work enormously. Also, its 3-speed wheel drive makes it very suitable for all types of terrain. On the lawn, the PM53A delivers a perfect cutting pattern while the mulched clippings disappear nicely into the grass. Without having to dispose of the mowed material, I save time and gasoline, and an ecological lawn fertilization takes place. For all those who are looking for a really professional device, the Mulchmaster PM53A is absolutely recommendable. The company MWS has provided us with a discount code for various Mulchmaster models for this video. Everything about it and the product link can be found in the description section. You can also find a detailed video about this device on my channel. After multiple mowings, the generous park character is now apparent. A nice big lawn, framed by large and small trees. In the future, more useful plants will be added. Or I might even build another pond. Please write in the comments what your ideas are. There will definitely be more videos to come because my park is far from finished. Thanks for watching and see you next time on Carl the Landscape Guy.